'65, I went home, and he went to Soledad. He became one of the Soledad brothers. Also, the other Soledad brothers was W.L. Nolan. W.L. Nolan was Carnell Nolan. It was a boxing family. And W.L. was the one that taught George Jackson them that manhood training. Now, their cousin, George Cooper, he's a boxing state champion. He's been my best friend since he was 12. We was in South America together. You know, all of his family I know. And in fact, W.L., him and I, we was at FRS, Frico Range School for Boys, together in '57. Then they transferred them out, and I stayed. So I didn't see W.L. again. Then Fleta Drunko, we was together at Fred C. Nellis School for Boys, '61 and '62. And then we was at Tracy together with his workout partners in '65. You know, Rick Iron, workout partner. And when George Jackson was shot in the head and all that, and that uprising in San Quentin, where they killed him, back to his office.
Yep.
That freedom party, these Negroes, when I spoke, let's say about 10 years ago, and I was telling the crowd, this was a black nationalist, what's the name thing, in Oakland, in Infirmary Park. They call it Bobby Hutton Park, you know. It was for Geronimo Pratt. He had just died in Tanzania. So, several things happened at that. It was a beautiful brown-skinned lady with black hair. She was Indian-like, but she was married to one of the black niggas, you know, the black professor over at San Francisco State. And we were standing, getting ready to go on the podium. And she looked at me and she said, "Are you the one that they call Big Black?" You know, like some mystical person. Big Hank, you know, because they was around, this is the person here that getting ready to speak. At the same time, it was some police there. You know, one of the police who used to be, well, you would call him undercover, you know, so he was at him under the crowd. So he used to be in our thing, you know, so. And so he threw a little something, he walked over close to me. He said, "We're all proud of that being the whole police department, because they don't get all the niggas they put them on watch. They're rock niggas that do, you know." So he was proud. Not only him, all of the tattletales, the undercover agents, you know, were proud of him, man. Because, see, he remembered what he was in right in the mix. He was with, I ain't gonna say, he was with another close friend of mine. He was in their group, and they was all, anyway. The point is this. Just like Yusuf said, no, I ain't coming out of the joint till you clear up the thing with the ladies. So So my attitude is the same thing with this movement. This is what I'm telling Boss Man. I've already hinted what I'm talking about. I'm not lifting a finger for your behind. You just straighten all the other stuff up and I'll help you. 'Cause I don't need no help. You need help. Your sister needs help. You know, I'm already a certain age, although I'm feeling younger and stuff like that. That stuff go and come, though. I could be feeling 100 tomorrow. I don't think so, but anyway, I'm glad how things are moving. The point is, the same thing Joseph told him. No, I ain't coming out until you clear up the stuff with the ladies. The same thing. If you like them niggas so much, hell, get Hashim, help him to help you out of this stuff. Get Abdul Malik, get Mukhtar, you get all them niggas. You wanted them, you keep them niggas. This is the way, I'm telling you this way. Yeah, right? You wanted them, get them to help you behind. Yeah. Get them a good reputation and spin them around and roll them on out there. See what happens. That's where we are as far as the movement is concerned. They get the wrong thing, like we talk about the Mandela effect. Well, we're not dying to, we just got to help you rescue yourself. No, we got the wrong idea, boss man. Not only you, but the niggas and all of it, go ahead. Rescue yourself. Get Hashim to help you. Get Abdul Malik to help you. Yeah, y'all so bad. Get old Mukhtar and his big old bubble-eyed wife, although I don't have nothing against him. Because all of that stuff was supposed to happen. I don't have nothing against any of our people except their slowness in coming around. They need too much. It's not even, it's beyond normal, you know. The signs are too clear. It's, you know, this, what we're doing is too scriptural. You know what I mean? You're like, you're pressing the scriptures, like, you know, I don't see it, they cover up, right? That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Can you imagine now? Oh, it's not dry, it's not dry, and they found a damn dinosaur footprint from, let's say 300,000 years. That's just for a number, right? That's not the heck. It's okay. They probably had dinosaurs 300,000, right? Something like that. That's okay, whatever it was. A million years ago, 200,000 last been on it. Don't make a difference. The dinosaur track is there. They measured it. That means that damn river have not been that dry in 300,000 years. And it ain't no big deal. Y'all, they're stupid. They're beyond the people like, if I didn't feel the way I did about life and about Islam and grateful for everything, I would be, they'll start really mad. You know what I mean? They don't have nothing on file. They're not running around no block, they're not pulling no alarm. They ain't ringing no bell at all. They just keep right on rolling. So, hey, if y'all let them, I ain't gonna, you got to clear up all of this. I got hoops, they gotta jump through. I ain't doing nothing. I'm not doing a doggone thing. I already know what we've been saying. For hell, I've been keeping all the records. It's not, It's not imagination, you know what I mean? It's not imagination because it's sequence. It's not sensitivity, it's not paranoia. Well, it might be sensitivity, but it's like the Chinese. Remember, they would have the great historian and the great da-da-da-da. I never saw that stuff before. That's just what I thought of. We just documented. And that's what the great historians have always done, just like what they said. You know. So, and all this stuff going around, with all these movements, they can't, I'm sorry, I just got lucky. I knew Paul had telling me something about the New York Imam. The New York Imam is supposed to have said something real negative about Imam Jamil, that if they would have saw what I was shown, then he's the same one that went into court. The sheikh that used to be around here, an Egyptian guy, and he told him robbing banks was halal, and the Negro went to court and said, yeah, I pointed him out. Now the Negro has said something else about Imam Jamil. Was just what I picked up. And not that I happen to know the whole crew that they mentioned. And I remind that Imam Jamil told me in '83, he said, I said, man, it's beautiful down here. I said, he said, they ain't with me. He said, they not with me. He was talking about all of them, the ones come from New York, the one. He knew his whole crew. So it's not a surprise. You know. The point is, we have a subtle mission. And it's an evolutionary mission. What I want boss man and the message carriers to know, y'all can kiss my behind. Look, all that, if you think that I just can't live without y'all, you got another thing coming. If you think I'm gonna spend $2 on one of them cars, you can come, I'll leave the key in them, you can pick them up, you can fix them and tow truck them back there. Same thing with my truck out here. I'm not fixing none of that. You can leave them there and let the tires rot. I'm not doing none of that. And as far as the boss man case, I don't have the time or the energy to waste running around begging you that I can rescue you. And you a damn fool. You know, I'm sorry. Dear people, I don't know what you think about what I'm saying, but there's something called Yakin. Ain al-Yakin. You just say, Ilm al-Yakin, you know it, and Haq al-Yakin. That's the certainty. Ain al-Yakin, I saw this with my eye, and I asked to see it, because it's like, whether it was one of the prophets asked, it was, might have been Ibrahim. Well, you don't believe I can? No, I just want to be able to tell the people I know what I'm talking about. This is Ibrahim. I saw it with my own eyes. You know how you take a bird. He want to tell the people, that's what I'm telling y'all. I done saw this with my own eyes. Definitely I believe it. Not only believe it, but I know this stuff is true. And boss man is stupid. He's in his historical decline, and everybody know it but him. You know what I mean? You can listen to anybody and read anything. Everybody know, boy, boss man is on the way out. He's just messing up. He can't mess up anymore. You know what I mean? Okay. Now, it's not him. It's our friends and our relatives. And they're not that bright, I have to admit it. They've been educated, but education has to have something to do with stupidity. Because the better educated our people get, the less signs they don't see the signs. Something is, you know, I mean, the white man worked his magic. They put blinders on. The better educated they become, I mean, what they call it, the less they see. You can dangle it in front of it, you know. What? Well, if you see something, press the button, you dangle something. You didn't see that? See what? Well, let me put something out. You see that? See what? That's our people, right?
That's right.
Right? They don't see nothing.
They still have trust in the system to correct itself.
That's the only reason we're praying for. We're praying for them. And we want to help them. Because we feel like we've already been helped. I know what life is about. From what I know what Allah looked me up. He pulled me out of that dumb stuff. And it wasn't dumb. I'd have to learn all them lessons. You know, I didn't go through it just to, no. But we're not going to lift a finger. Well, that's kind of exaggerated. But, boss man, you're going to have to fix everything. I'm not fixing nothing here. I ain't doing nothing. I don't have time. You don't have time either. I'm not using up the time. I don't know when. All I know is it's accelerated. You know what I mean? And all I know is you ain't got no right to mess up cars and turn everything one way or another. You want it, you keep it. That's the way. Now, that is a look. I know boss man is determined to take everybody down with him, and then the son determined to go. They might have to go on down. Because I'm not lifting a finger. They're going to have to provide 4 or 5 stages of transportation. They're going to have to stuff the mailbox just for now. With money they done stole and took 300,000, that'll be enough to do the work to get started. They didn't just stole, they just take. I haven't even mentioned the white man just walked by and, but he got all that money while I was down gone. And he don't need it, he don't do nothing with it. And he prints it every day. I ain't doing a thing. When I say I'm not doing a thing, it means the same attitude that Yusuf alayhi salam had. Put me over the storehouses. You know. Or put your niggas in charge. Put them over. I don't care. I don't care. If them niggas are so smart, put them over the storehouses. If you're gonna sit up here and waste up everybody's time with all of this stuff that's going on, good. That's great. Get all your coons together and have them help you. That's the way I look. You get all his coons and get them to help. The dummies, it's a religious period. It happened so many times before. It's so repetitive that this almost has to happen, but I will participate. You do this, and I'll participate. Otherwise, kiss my behind. I'm not going to go and rest. I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing. But you, in your future, if you're so bad enough, go get the niggas to Black Power. You want to get rescued, have them niggas hold the rope. I'm sorry. That's the, you know, it's like, okay, you know, I didn't have enough fish. You know, yeah. That don't mean that we're not doing our part. It just means the little script you got, you're just too dumb. You got to get out of the way. You know, you're messing up. You know, now that ain't easy for a fool like that. I ran the world for all this time. That's right. That's why it's effed up. You're a crackpot and everybody know it. And we mentioned it some other time before. You got to put this thing in motion and step out of the way. Go over your records and everything. What did so-and-so say 10 years ago? What did so-and-so say 15 years ago? What did so-and-so say 20 years ago? How long have they been headed to this point? How long do they know we've been headed to this point? Right? Okay. And so now they're saying, we're saying, here we are. We've arrived at this point. Do what you want to do. And that's what we're saying. But we're not going to run around like we done messed up or we turned the screw wrong in the car so it don't start. No. I'm sorry. Fix it up, fix it good, or don't do nothing. Leave it to your niggas. Let them niggas pull you out of it. Hey, man, that's a harsh way to put it, but it's true.